Hello everyone, it is Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters, and thank you for joining me for a Confessions of a Paper Addict design team layout. Now, I started off this layout by trimming down my 12 by 12 pattern paper and distressing up the edges before sticking it down onto a full black 12 by 12 to make a border around my page. This collection is a simple stories. It's a collection about quarantine, actually, specifically about quarantine, but it just worked perfectly for the photos I am working with today. The photos are about my son having a little accident and cutting his foot that required stitches, so I had to take him to the emergency, had to take him to hospital, but it just so happened to also coincide with being the very first day that he tested positive for COVID. So I was not positive yet, but he was. Actually, I never got positive, but he was. And it was just that little debacle, that little, what do we do with taking him to the emergency room while also being testing positive for COVID. So that first photo there, we don't go into the emergency room. We were waiting outside on chairs outside, had to hook him up with the N95 and then the plastic face mask as well, and also myself too. And we were also put into our own little private room, which was actually really cool because it meant he had a bed and a TV and I got a couch and we had our own bathroom. So it was actually the perfect time to have an injury because we basically got the royal treatment because, of course, they had to keep us away from everyone else. So just documenting not only that he cut his foot open and needed stitches, but also the extra added adventure that came with it because of the COVID-19 testing positive. In terms of cutting his foot open, it was just really silly. We were actually at Nan's house and they have a basketball ring that should be weighted down, but it wasn't. And his little brother just sort of pushed it over, didn't even mean to, and it fell. And Jack kind of climbed over it and must have ripped the foot open on like a bolt or something as simple as that, but just enough that it was a bit sideways, so it needed to be stitched down. Anyway, moving on to my actual layout here that I'm creating. So I'm using this super cute cut file from Confessions of a Paper Addict that is called Small Talk, and it's actually the speech bubbles, and I cut them out twice in white and black to give that sort of shadow effect. And I myself added the words inside using my Silhouette Studio and just using, standard font, nothing exciting, just to make those speech bubbles look like they're saying something. And it was super, super easy, and you could absolutely do that too and have your speech bubbles say whatever it is that you'd like them to say. Or you could put thickers inside them, or you could use it for like where your journaling would go, or even just bits of ephemera inside them that sort of match with the theme. The sky's the limit, to be honest. They're a super cute cut file and really easy to use. There's even one more as well in the set that's more like a thought bubble, but I wanted to go with the speech bubbles today, so that's what I have gone with. Now, I will absolutely link those in the description box down below, and there will also be a link to the Etsy shop itself because, as you know by now, there's over 1,000 cut files over in the Etsy shop itself, so there's guaranteed to be one to suit any of the layouts you are creating. There is also a link to the COAPA Cut Files Facebook group, which I definitely recommend you join. There's thousands of layouts shared there with heaps of inspiration. Also, the free layout of the month goes there, and the challenges when you might be up for a prize, and just, so much. So I definitely recommend checking out that Facebook group also. So as you can see, here are the close-ups of my finished layout. I'm really happy with how this came together. Super quick, super simple, super easy, but yet super effective, and heaps of photos on this page too. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and I cannot wait to see you all next time. Thanks everyone. Bye.